Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for taking some time out of your day to watch the video. Much appreciated. And today we're going to do a little bit of myth busting and bass fishing, because lots of myths circulating out there in fishing, and that is talk a little bit about top waters in the wintertime during cold water, and if it's a thing or if it's not a thing. I'll sort of give you guys some opinion and advice on it, and might help you guys catch some fish you wouldn't expect to catch otherwise. But real quick, just want to remind everybody, our Black Friday sale is running down on the Solar Bat sunglasses here. You got the new Randy Block at 1 models here that I got just out from Solar Bat. If you guys are interested in ordering some of these for the Black Friday sale, if you buy a pair of them, you get another pair free or of equal or less value. And a great Christmas present. I'll include the link in the description here. You go on Solar Bat and order them. I think you guys will really like them out a lot. Okay guys, let's talk about this wintertime topwater fishing. Got a couple different things to talk about here, because when you're talking about wintertime bass fishing, I'm talking primarily what people consider cold water bass fishing. Now, wintertime along the Gulf states like Florida, Alabama, southern Georgia, South Texas, that type of stuff, winter is relative, because winter on Toledo Bend Lake is not the same as winter on Lake Cumberland. It's completely different. Water temperatures are warmer, fish just react differently. So I want to talk a little bit about cold, instead of winter, just colder water topwater fishing, and winter when not to use it. First of all, I think there's a big misconception out there that just because the water gets super cold that they will not bite a topwater lure. But guys, I've been, in fact, last year quite a bit when I was doing the on the water lessons at Table Rock, I would see bass coming up busting shad on the surface in January. The water temperatures were in the 40s, and bass were busting on the surface. So if you have bass busting on the surface, there's a topwater bite that you can catch them all winter long. Now, one of the things I found out about catching some fish in topwater in the winter, I don't go out looking for it, but if I do see schooling activity, even in the middle of the winter, I'm going to try to catch those fish. And the best bait that I found for clear water wintertime topwater fishing when they're schooling like that on the surface is some type of a chugger, like a pop-R. You can take one, put it on like some light, like 10-pound test straight braid, where you can really cast it a long way. And as soon as if you see those fish coming up chasing shad, you can catch them on that popper, because you can work it in a lot of different speeds. Most of the time you're going to have to work it a little bit slow, and if they're surfacing, they usually hit it right off the bat. But if you've got a lake that's got a lot of clear water in it and some mixed species, like say for example a lake like Lake Lanier in Georgia, where if you got water temperatures are in the 40s, you got water visibility of over 5 feet, and you've got herring or shad that are using a lot of different depth zones, keep an eye out for those surfacing fish in the wintertime, because it will happen. Most of the time it's going to happen back like in the creek arms. Usually it's a little bit warmer back there. So that's one of the things that I've kept in mind the last 5 or 6 years, because I've seen that more than not. With climate change, our water temperatures are staying warmer. It's causing the fish to behave differently. I'm going to do a video on that at some point, but you can definitely catch them in the 40s if the water's clear. Now, other type of wintertime topwater, which you don't really consider it that much, is early and late winter. This is more traditional fishing, because when you get into I consider for the most part winter like December through February. That's when the winter patterns are really the strongest. And if you've got weather patterns that come in, and you've got some unseasonably warm conditions, and not a lot of wind, and unseasonably warm water, you can catch some really good fish on topwaters in December and February, even in the lakes that are considered cold water lakes. I mean, say for example, here in Missouri, if you have a December day, water temperatures in the 50s right now, I mean, we're almost into December here in Missouri, water temperatures are still in the upper 50s, almost December. It's ridiculous. So if you got water temperatures in the 50s, there is going to be some type of a buzzbait bite out there. One of the best cold water wintertime topwaters you can throw in the late winter or the early winter is some type of a slow, light, big bladed buzzbait. I usually like to use some type of a 3/8 ounce buzzer with a big blade on it, I'll put it on really heavy line, like 50-pound test braid or 25, 30-pound test monofilament or fluorocarbon. Keep the rod tip high and just barely gurgle that bait across the surface. And I've caught a lot of good fish in late February and early December on just rocky banks in what you consider wintertime topwater fishing. So wintertime topwater fishing, guys, it's really situational. It's something that you can always sort of keep back in your mind, but I would suggest the next time you guys go out, I mean, throw a few big buzz baits in the boat, throw some poppers in there, and just have them in the boat in case the situation comes up to it. Don't get locked into the fact that just because it's wintertime, you know, they're not going to bite a topwater lure, because that's not true. I mean, there's people that catch them all winter long on topwaters. Granted, it may not be like the best technique that you can use, but under the right situations, it'll produce some good fish. Most of the time, I don't care if you're fishing early late winter or the middle of the winter, and it doesn't matter what the water visibility is, you need the days that are calm with very little wind and have some type of a sun, you know, brighter sun, because this will get those fish higher in the water column. It makes them a little bit more aggressive, and they'll definitely bite something like that. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there, quick tip. May not have thought about that much at all, but it's definitely another one of those things in bass fishing, just to sort of add to your information storage there. Could work at times for you. So thanks for tuning in, guys, much appreciated, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Much appreciated.